Warm good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 14th edition of TiEcon. I'm Nisha Jose, Charter Member and Women Chair. As we celebrate today, we celebrate entrepreneurship. And today marks day one of TiEcon 2025, a day that celebrates ideas, ambition, innovation, and the unstoppable spirit of entrepreneurship. Every TiEcon is special and each year stands apart. Over the next 2 days, we will bring together founders, investors, industry leaders, creatives, technologists, and thinkers who are shaping what Kerala and India will look like in the years to come. Today we begin the journey with inspiration, insight, and impact. And this is where the conversations begin, networks are built, and sparks are lit. And this is also a day we celebrate excellence. So let's begin with the red carpet welcome. I now invite Dr. Geemon Korah, Chair, TiEcon Kerala 2025, and Vice President of TiECon, Executive Director and CEO of Kancor Ingredients Limited, to give the welcome address. Over to Geemon.
A very good afternoon. Namaskara. To all entrepreneurs, investors, innovators, and those who are here only because someone promised them nalla chaya and parampuri. But welcome anyway. TiEcon Kerala is probably the only place where you can discuss artificial intelligence, blockchain, sustainability, funding winter, and parota beef in the same sentence. Kerala has always been a land of brilliant thinkers. We have traditionally engineers in every house, a doctor in every house, and a cousin who's definitely in Dubai. So finding entrepreneurs is not a very difficult thing in Kerala. Today's Kerala is different. Now we have startups in Kozhikode, co-working spaces in Kochi, founders in Trivandrum, and who genuinely believe Pani Pali ennalu namukku manage cheyyam. That's an actual business strategy. TiEcon is special because this is one conference where networking happens everywhere. In the lobby, in the lawns, in the coffee shop, while in the queue for Puttu Kadala also. You'll hear today and tomorrow from entrepreneurs who have built amazing companies, some with brilliant ideas, some not so brilliant but with bold risks, and some who have simply succeeded because their mothers prayed really, really hard in Guruvayur. Of course, we have investors in the room, but please identify them responsibly. They look like us. They will listen very carefully and seriously when you say the words scalable, disruptive, global from Kerala. And if you say profitability, they may think you are joking. As we begin this exciting day, I have just one request. Be bold, be curious, most importantly, be ready. Because in Kerala, ideas spread faster than rumors about a new Malayalam movie of Mohanlal. Thank you all for being here. Let's make TiEcon Kerala a memorable and as perfect a plate as appam and stew on an Easter Sunday morning. Nandi, and let the inspiration begin.
I now invite on stage Dr. Geemon Korah, Chair TiEcon Kerala 2025, Vivek Krishna Govind, President TiE Kerala, C.K. Ranganathan, Chief Guest of the Day, Founder, Chairman and Managing Director, CavinKare, C. Balagopal, Guest of Honor, Chairman, KSIDC, Dr. Sheenu Jhawar, Member, Board of Trustees, TiE Global. I invite all these dignitaries onto the stage. On the stage are Dr. Geemon Korah, Vivek Krishna Govind, C.K. Ranganathan, C. Balagopal, and Dr. Sheenu is yet to come. I now invite Vivek Krishna Govind, President TiE Kerala, Senior Partner Varma and Varma, for the presidential address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to be here in this beautiful locale. This is some kind of a dream for all of us, particularly our chair, Geemon. After we concluded our 13th edition of TiEcon last year, we thought that it's about time that we gave TiEcon a twist. When we did our TiEcon, 12th edition of TiEcon at Le Méridien, we thought it's about time we upgraded TiEcon. And last year we moved to Grand Hyatt. It was a different experience for us after having organized TiEcons for 12 years at Le Méridien. We are always grateful to Le Méridien for all their wonderful hospitality. And we had a really good experience at Grand Hyatt last year. In the post-event discussions that we had, particularly our senior past president and man whom we call the father of TiEcon, Mr. Johnny Paul, he always, he always challenges us all the time. He keeps telling us, no, either you scale up, do TiEcon differently, or scrap it altogether. Its time has come. Unless you do something different, don't keep repeating the same thing again and again. So then that's where the thought process came in, that let's give it a completely different, this should be a different experience. It has been a major challenge. It has been almost like an organizational nightmare in terms of setting things up here. It didn't seem, even just a couple of days back, with the kind of rains which was experienced in this part of the state, we were really wondering how do we pull this off, because as you can see, this entire thing has been set up. Probably in the last 24 to 36 hours, we have a hall here which can accommodate, and hall and the adjoining venues which can accommodate more than 1,000 delegates. And we wanted to create that experience, which we really hope that 2 days from now, when we close and have a debriefing, we are hoping that we would feel that, yes, this has been a TiEcon with a difference. We do understand that there could be some pitfalls, there could be some shortcomings. Kindly bear with us, because you must understand that it's not been easy. The team at Zuri have done a phenomenal job in terms of supporting us. Our event managers, Kalamaya, have also been working day in and day out. Those of you who checked in early would have seen the kind of activity here even at 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock. So that's the effort which has gone into setting up this particular venue. And the only aim has been that let's try and do something differently. Let's try and give a different experience for our delegates. We want this to be a combination of a conference and a retreat. And this is about as close as we can get. And we've really, the entire team has put their heart and soul into organizing this event. My 2 bits about, for some of you who may probably not know what TiE Kerala stands for. This is a global body formed almost 3 decades ago, and the Kerala chapter has been in existence for almost 20 plus years now. And this is built on the theme of fostering entrepreneurship. You will see that on the theme. Whenever the TiE Kerala theme comes up, you will see that there is a little line called fostering entrepreneurship, to which our Kerala chapter, we have also added an entrepreneur in every home as being the guiding light of what TiE Kerala should do. And based on that philosophy, several verticals of TiE have been set up. We have both Geemon and I will also have an opportunity to speak once again later during the evening when our Honorable Minister is also here. So probably we will take you through a little bit more on that. In this group, we don't need to talk much because all of you are TiE members. We have our charter president here, Bala San, as we fondly call, he's a founding partner here, founding president of TiE Kerala. We have CKR, who's very, very active and a past president of TiE. So the entire audience here, you all know what TiE is, so I'm not really going to get into it in detail. But probably during the next discussion that we have later in the evening, we also must talk about something different because we have multiple hats to wear here. So with these words, let me at the outset once again welcome and also thank all of you. You've taken great pains to travel long distances and come here in time and be here, and you've all been wonderful, and we look forward to having a great time with all of you together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vivek. Ladies and gentlemen, to formally inaugurate TiEcon 2025, we move to a moment of tradition and significance, the lighting of the lamp. May I invite our dignitaries to come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony. Chief Guest C.K. Ranganathan, Chair TiEcon Dr. Geemon Korah, President TiE Kerala Vivek Krishna Govind, Guest of Honor C. Balagopal, Member Board of Trustees TiE Global Dr. Sheenu Jhawar, and TiE Kerala Executive Director Divya Talakalat.
Let me also invite our executive committee members, Jacob, Aju, Damodar, please.
light we see dreams that dare and paths yet free. May this flame inspire each mind to create, to lead, to uplift entrepreneurship and mankind. Thank you, and let the ideas shine. And now for a photo moment. I now invite Chief Guest of the Day, C.K. Ranganathan, Founder, Chairman and Managing Director, CavinKare, to give the Chief Guest address.
Mr. Vivek, Mr. Bala, Mr. Geemon, other dignitaries of Kerala, ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a great pleasure to be with you all and share my thoughts. What a wonderful arrangement and gathering. Very happy to see the way things are shaping up. I'm sure you will have a wonderful 2 days. So I have limited time. Let me go fast into that. I'm going to talk about the journey of an entrepreneur. I define there are 6 stages of an entrepreneur as an evolution curve. But how the business owner evolves in each stage. Some people get stuck up at some level, but some gets moving on. And what's required is what I'm going to dwell on. The stage 1 is the startup hustler. The chaos of validation and early execution. Product market fit is unclear. Survival is the priority. Still finding, okay, will I survive or not? Because I can tell you, I have gone through these stages. That's why I can talk with emphatic thing. And every time when I wake up the next day morning, I don't know whether I will last for some more days. So that's a kind of fear always, but also drive. I can and I will. Resilience and belief are the only fuel. You need to believe I can and I will. If it's a partnership, we have to believe that we will make it happen. There will be a lot of setbacks. There will be a lot of challenges. The question is, can you rise from the fall as fast as possible? And that's very important. The next stage is the survivalist. Business generates enough to meet personal needs. I can manage my need and my family need. Hands-on, owner does everything themselves. That's good. Going on, I do it myself, and things are going on. Danger, the biggest danger here is getting too comfortable with survival and not ambitious. Some people say, I'm contented, I'm happy what I'm doing, I get enough, this is okay, I don't want to move further. And they get stuck up there. And that's stage 2. And few people move away out of this because you know that when a startup happens, nearly 95 to 96% of the startups get killed. And that's the reality. 4% transition to the kind of this thing, survivalist mode. And out of the 4%, few people are able to transition to the next level. Eventually, if you look at that, the percentage dwindles and dwindles, much lesser percentage goes to the next level. Every level it drops down. The third stage is the growth architect. Profits emerge. An expansion feel possible. Hey, come on, yeah, profits are, I'm started making money. I think I can expand. Systems and delegation and focus on shift from working in the business to on the business. Let me explain what is in the business, on the business. Next slide. System delegation and focus on excellence is a very important requirement at this stage. This is what I mean by working in the business to working on the business. Working in the business, you see the chef focused on day-to-day operations, handle tasks yourself, essential an employee. You fulfill the role of an employee besides being the overall head of the organization. You wear a cap of a particular function. So that's the kind of this thing. And that's how you are a survivalist. But if you are to move, you should let go of that and move on to the next one, that is design systems and strategies, focus on growth and improvement. This is working on the business. I don't wear any functional cap, and that's important. If you wear a particular function cap and fulfill the role of one person, you are still in the survival mode. You are refusing to move into the next stage of the business. Then let's go on to this thing. This is the growth architect. That's the next stage. So we have started doing that. This is the fourth stage, the system builder. So here the key point is business runs even in owner's absence. Maturity, people have put systems. The maturity out of this stage is, it's not stepping into, I can take leave for a month, but business can be as usual. People will manage. And that's a very important ask. No kind of gap in the business. Profits as usual, monthly profits happen. People are functioning the way they are supposed to function. And those are the indication that I have arrived at stage 4, the system builder. Team, SOP and professionalization are the key. Focus on scale and brand elevation. I focus on the scale, how I scale up, and how I elevate the brand. The next stage, now that the business can run without me even for a month, when I go abroad or anywhere, the next stage is that I have arrived. I can manage sitting elsewhere. I don't need to be there in the business day to day. And that's where the serial entrepreneur starts developing another business. I have a lot of spare time. The second business is getting evolved. Exploring new business investments, verticals. Owner becomes a portfolio manager. You start the second, you run it very successfully, you do the same way, you start the third and keep moving on. That means you have learned the art of managing multiple businesses without directly getting involved in the day-to-day of each business. And that's the key. So once you do that, you can move on to the next stage. In this stage, delegation becomes strategic. You need to be a master of delegation. You can't say that I can continue to kind of this thing, do day to day and wear multiple caps and run multiple business. It's not possible. Moving on to the sixth stage, the legacy builder. Focus shifts to mentoring, impact, and policy influence. I can influence the policy. Enough money is made. Business becomes a platform for others' growth. Many people can come and join and grow in the business. That's a platform for others to grow. Legacy takes precedence over personal profit. Personal profit is a second-order priority, but building legacy. How will I be remembered? And that becomes a top priority. So this is a 6 stages of a business evolution. And therefore, we have seen people time and again moving into that. So let's look at that, what it calls for, some of the attitudes those are required to be successful and moving from one stage to another stage. These are the must-have attitudes across all stages. There will be some more, but I thought I filtered down and kept some of the key ones. The first one is grit. Inner toughness makes face rejection and setbacks. Inner toughness to face rejections and setbacks. Learning and application mindset. Lifelong curiosity and self-improvement. Ownership, taking full responsibility, no blame game. Customer orientation, solving real problems with heart, and that's a very important thing. Adaptability, pivoting with purpose in changing times. EQ, the key to success. Finally, develop thinking habit. The passport to all, if you look at mother of all the 6, all the above attitudes, the habit of thinking will make you to move from one stage to another. Those who think less, when I mean thinking, I'll talk about that a little bit later. When I mean thinking, critical thinking, and not an accidental thinker. I will define who is an accidental thinker. I was once an accidental thinker. I was like that. I was always an accidental thinker. One who gets ideas when you travel alone. I got a lot of ideas. When I'm in the toilet, the doors are closed, I'm alone, I get ideas. Otherwise, I am immersed in my daily habit. I am with my newspaper, coffee, phone, friends, TV, and that's it. Go to office, you work. Where is a thinking time? All are accidental thinkers. A deep think doesn't happen. So a thinking means it calls for a separate time. You need to give time for thinking. There is a saying, a person is a product of their own thinking. And that's true. If you don't think, you don't grow. You may grow, but accidental growth and haphazard growth, not a structured growth. So that's why I would say the need is very important thing. I can tell you in my case, very early, I started reading a book called 10 Natural Laws of Successful Time and Life Management by Dr. Hiram Smith. He wrote one thing. That's about 35 years ago, I read that book, and that one particular thing stuck in me. He said, can you spend 2.5 hours every day in chiseling yourself, invest in yourself? He called that 2.5 hours as a magic 2.5 hours. Why he called it? He said, you do that, magic will happen over a period of time. You will see that. I believed in that. Every day, 5 o'clock in the morning to 7:30, I started doing. No email clearing, no WhatsApp messages, sending day-to-day work and all. It is purely thinking on how do I take my business to next stage. Where and all I get stuck up. What are the opportunities? How do I take it? Dreaming and visualizing to the next level. And that, I think, made a big difference. Every day, step by step, because the more you start doing it, it takes you to the next level. Anything is created twice in the world. the first creation is in the mind. So you need to create it like that. And that's very important. So can we create that very powerfully? That's the ask. And then the physical creation. So everywhere, any building or any business, well-structured business, are well thought through. So let me go on to each attitude so that I'm well on time also, because we are already started late. Geemon already told me, be crisp and drive home the points. Grit. I never lost. I just ran out of ammunition, time and guys. Then I came back. Startup failed. I lost of ammunition means money may be insufficient. I again start. I'm sure a lot of successful people fail twice, thrice, and come back and start. And that's very important. That mental tenacity is very, very important. Grit is fused with determination and perseverance. It is not just determination alone, it is combination of both. I will persevere and I will not give up, but I am determined to succeed. I will come back. And that's a very important thing. It means wake up when tired, showing up when scared, pushing through doubt. Pushing through when you are in doubt is very important. Keep startups alive when only self-belief exists. Everybody giving up, including employees, only the owner, the partners, they still think we can and we will. Studies survivalists during cash flow stress. There is a crisis of cash flows, and that's a challenging time. Drives growth stage businesses through challenges. So in challenging times, these are something that these kind of grit really helps. Do you know the story? A guy who lost 16 wars, stared at dust every time, yet walked back in for 17th. Swords drawn, eyes clear, and the enemy surrendered without a blade touching the skin. That guy's name is Ghazni Muhammad Khalid. You all know that. You would have studied in the history. And that's a real example of grit. If the entrepreneurs lacks grit, they quit early. They belong to those 95% who fail in the startup stage. And that's very important. And we should not be one. And this is what happens. I think it is time to wind up the business and look for a job for survival. And that mindset, giving up too early, giving up even if it is too late, giving up and not ready to start again, once bitten, twice shy attitude is not going to take you anywhere. The next one is learning mindset. The secret growth engine embraced by highly successful people. The learning mindset and the regular, rigorous daily learning is what I think the highly successful people who have traveled higher and higher, this is one of the secret weapons. And ask yourself, quite a lot of you maybe in the very early stage, if you stopped learning, if you think, I have come to this stage, I have learned everything, I'm no more going to read, I'm no more going to learn structuredly and systematically, then you are gone. But the purpose of all of you here indicates you are thirsty, you want to learn something, and that itself is a very, very good indication. Because ideas come from anywhere, in any format, in conferences, when you read, when you see YouTubes. But the point is, can you continuously learn? But there is one small distinction. Don't consume everything, whatever comes in your way. When you draw your own thing, see that which area I improve in my business, that will directly be proportional to my growth. Sometimes it could be sales. Start looking for sales-related articles, YouTubes, books. Master yourself in that. Not only that, start applying it, which is very important. One of the important things in learning is You learn something, you don't strategize to apply it, it's a waste. Don't even learn and waste and don't store it in your brain. Yeah. Unnecessarily waste of shelf space occupation. I would recommend, if you are not going to apply something, let it be in Amazon or Google, in the bookstores, not in your mind. One resolution one need to take. I learned something, I like a point, I will ensure it is implemented in my life. And that's very, very important. One of the important asks is personal transformation. Can you transform yourself? Is a very, very important yourself. When I was a kind of startup, I relied on management books, particularly personal transformation books. Very handy. I chiseled myself, my habit, my time management, my attitudes. What are the attitudes? Because I was not readied for that by my parents or by the environment. But those are the teachers for me. I liked some of the attitudes, some of the concepts described. Immediately I sat down and said, how am I going to change? I'm disciplined, I'm committed to change. And that will make a big difference. And that's what I would say. Learn something which can be applied, which is necessity for your business, and apply it. Possibly the next day, not someday. If you don't strategize, it is gone here. So I would like to end with a quote of this particular attitude. Your business grows only as fast as your foundation and application. Okay? If your business, you genuinely want the foundation, business foundation, need to be strong. You know one thing, in sports or in music, people practice. They don't come and play in the match straight away. Every day they practice. Even musicians practice. What about businessmen? Most of us, we come and just straight away, our practice ground and the real ground is the same. We do come and do the business in the same place. Why are we not chiseling ourselves? And that's the difference. If you're genuinely wanting to grow tall, wanting to really apply, please learn systematically every day. Can you allot 60 minutes every day? That will make a huge difference. Not only learning, a determination to apply, that this is what I will apply today or tomorrow. Let's move on to the next, ownership. Ownership is basically passion turned into action. You are so into it that you take responsibility. Ownership is equal to accountability. Stop blaming. You don't blame others for your failure or something. This guy ditched me, otherwise I would have been better off. These are losers' attitude. Blaming somebody. If it's something winning, I will take the credit. If something goes wrong, and that very mindset is one of the biggest enemy of growth. Every time there is a setback, I should not look at whom to blame amongst my colleagues. I should look at what should I change in my attitude. And that's a very important ask. People who have asked have always grown. People who are looking at somebody to be made as a scapegoat will never grow. Startups, everything falls on you. You have to depict ownership, otherwise you are out. Growing companies, good teams need strong accountability. Everybody in the team need to demonstrate accountability, ownership. Legacy phase, reputation becomes capital, ownership protects it. Victims wait, owners act. This is a thing I would say, typically, no employees is loyal. This kind of loser's mindset. And always looks out for another job. They stay for only a short duration. So these are left behind owner's mindset. The backward looking, cribbing entrepreneur. Nobody is staying here. This is what is happening. Hey, come on. Think and reflect. Why am I losing person? Majority of us do one thing. At the base level, there will be high attrition. I can tell you one very important secret. Sales. Sales is one which brings you more revenue. Look at that, at the fundamental guy who goes to meet the customer, is he paid on par with the market? If you pay on par with the market, attrition will be high. Great companies pay 20 to 25% more at the front line. The sales function is the creator of revenue. Once revenue is created, everything follows through. Intelligent owners always pay, they understand the kind of trick, they pay above the market. And that's very important. A lot of people miss this point. Another thing, very important thing is, if I require 5 people in sales, I will have 6 people. I can tell you in our company, every 6 people, there is one buffer in sales, the front line. Because if somebody leaves, I will not even lose a gap of 1 day or 2 days. Somebody fills immediately. And that's the secret. Great companies does that very well. One, pay a premium, have a buffer. The buffer advantage is, if somebody is mediocre, you will be boldly able to send them off and put this extra buffer there. Otherwise, most of the time, somebody is average, we'll say, oh, if I send this person, next person comes, whatever. You will never take a call. Live with the ghost forever. Mediocrity is the biggest enemy. And entrepreneurs, great entrepreneurs fight it hard. They don't keep mediocrity in the system. The next one is customer. Never piss off the person who pays your rent. Our Amazon founder, Jeff Bezos, said this. And true to that, the way they hold the customer with respect, the way they pamper the customer, the way they facilitate ease of purchase, the way you enter and exit is smooth. And that's why they are growing. Every year they are growing. It's not discounting, it is delighting. Startups survive by saving every customer. Growing businesses rely on customer feedback loops. Legacy brands grow through loyalty and organic referrals. Put customers first, everything else follow. Everything means reputation to profits. Everything will follow. Adaptability, the ultimate survival kit. Adapt strategy, model, or mindset without losing core values. This is a very important thing. Those who can't say, hey, I am aged here, I'm already 45 years old, I can't handle this AI and all, I don't understand, I don't want to adapt. This is a problem. You tell your mind you are old, you are not ready to adapt. You need to say at any age, I can and I will adapt, which is a very important ask. A lot of people give up. No, I will ask my son or this thing. We should be ashamed to go and ask our own children, say, come on, how to do it every time. Can you help me? Can you help me? 1 time, 2 times they can demonstrate. 3rd time we should do it ourselves. And that's very important. Startups pivot till product market fit. Mid-stage adapts pricing, channels, delivery. Legacy phase reinvents to avoid disruption. It is not the strongest of the... I am very fascinated by this quote by Charles Darwin. Every time I tell myself, come on, you can. Because that's how I am very, very savvy now on AI. So involved, started learning. I said, age is not a bar, I can learn. I learned AI, now created on my learning and understanding, I created an AI company. We started servicing outside. It is possible, guys. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent. It is the one most responsive to change. That is a very, very powerful quote. Every powerful quote tells a story. You need to know how to apply it on ourselves. EQ. EQ is Harvard Business Review classified as 2 things. What is emotional quotient? Managing self and managing others. Under managing self, there are 2 subsets. One is self-awareness. I'm aware I am great in this. I'm aware I have a weakness in this. The second one is self-regulation. I can regulate myself. I can tell you a simple example. I am aware that I am very weakness towards sweets. Actually, for me, that's a weakness towards sweets is very high. So therefore, I don't, in the buffet, I don't even go near near the sweets. That is self-regulation. Don't go that side. You see that you feel like eating. Why to take that call? And that's one. I started like that. Then after some time, even I see I don't get tempted because I'm used to. So that is self-awareness. Self-regulation is, I will ensure whatever comes in terms of tempting me, I will not resort to that. It comes to whether doing exercise or New Year habits and resolutions. You say that 2 weeks down the line, it goes for a 6. Very rarely people hold on to it. So it is the most difficult job in the world is getting the job done from oneself. It's easy to get the job done from others. Can you do it within yourself? Those who master climb up the ladder comfortably and easily. And that's very important. Where am I? So, the managing others has 3 substrates. Motivation, ability to motivate others, inspire others, energize others, and that's a very important ask. It's a leadership trait. Then empathy, ability to see from others' perspective, and the social connectedness. These 3 masters, I can manage myself, I can manage others. And that's why people with lesser education or no education able to rise up to that level. Be it in politics or in business, somebody failed in class, 5th standard, are able to run a big empire, all because of high EQ. People, PhDs, Harvard business, all these things, poor EQ, never rise up in the ladder. Very, very difficult. The basic requirement is EQ. So, ladies and gentlemen, my time is up. With that, I would like to say one very important thing is, please focus on your attitude. The more you focus on your attitude, you will grow. For that, the foundation of all these things to build the attitude is think, develop habits. If you develop good habits every day, you will grow great. I would recommend at least 60 minutes of thinking, investing, daily upgrading knowledge. I call it invest in yourself. And if you start investing, Warren Buffett, you know Warren Buffett, the world's one of the top 3 or 4 richest guys. He normally charges 2 crores Indian rupees, current valuation, for lunch with him. That goes for charity. It's announced. You can book now, but you may get after a year's time appointment. Every day he used to have lunch with someone. So one Gujarati booked lunch with Warren Buffett. The day came, he met, they were having lunch. Almost the time is up. He said, okay, fine gentlemen, time is up, I am walking away. Warren Buffett stood and walked away. This guy ran behind him and said, I spent so much money, I think we talked many other things, but give me one tip. Which stocks I should invest so that I can get the money what I spent on you? He said, invest in yourself, and walked away. This guy ran behind. What is invest in yourself? Said, if I start telling you which stocks, next time, every time you will look at somebody who will give you ideas, so you'll go and do that without even thinking. Please go and understand how to invest in stock market, basic knowledge, build your foundation, and then when you start investing daily, you will understand where to invest and how to invest, what are the timings, and you will succeed. That way it will be a permanent thing than looking for fish every day from someone. You will learn how to fish. So, ladies and gentlemen, invest in yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, C.K. Ranganathan. As a token of our gratitude, we'd like to present a small memento. And for that, I invite Dr. Geemon Korah and Vivek Krishna to present the memento. Thank you. I now invite C. Balagopal, our very own Bala Sen, Chairman, Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation, to give the keynote address.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ranganathan, Geemon, Pankaj, and other guests on and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be back at TiE after some time. So I was just told by Geemon I have 10 minutes. So I'll try. I have to really cut short what I plan to say. But I'm not going to say anything which is not part of the record. Meaning, I don't think I'm going to say anything new. I'm not in terms of presenting any new facts, something which you did not know. What I'll be trying to do is connecting the dots in a slightly different way. For an entrepreneur, a growing economy is important, isn't it? You need to have more business. For your products, for your services, you need more buyers. So what's most important is the economy should be growing. And even if your market is outside that state, the economy should be growing because new services, new skills, new innovation should be coming out in that economy if new ventures are to succeed. So why am I mentioning this? Because there's a feeling that nothing is happening in Kerala. If you want anything to happen, you got to go to the other side of Walayar checkpost. On this side, nothing happens. So you must look at the facts. So I'm not getting into the facts because I don't have the time. But let me just say that the evidence shows that if you take the period 2000 to 2024, the Kerala economy has grown at the same pace as the national economy, if not a little faster. The nominal rate of growth, and when you add to that the normal rates of inflation and currency depreciation, has meant that the Kerala economy has doubled 4 times in this 24 years. Not that it has increased 4 times, it has doubled 4 times. So this is not the picture of a static economy. That's what I'm trying to get at. This is not data which I am making. It's available in Wikipedia. I can see some people already busy checking. You can go and check. You will find that in the year 2000, the gross state domestic product of Kerala was 77,000 crores. In the year 2024, it is about 11.5 to 12 lakh crores. And if you see, you will check and you will find every 6 years, the GDP, the gross state domestic product has doubled every 6 years. So what I'm trying to get at is, the good news is, there's no reason to think that process has stopped. There's no reason at all to think that that process has stopped. So in other words, in the next 6 years, the gross state domestic product of Kerala is going to double again, which means 12 lakh crores is going to be 24 lakh crores by 2030-31. The point you have to ask yourselves, therefore, is, are you ready for that? Am I ready for another Kerala? Because that's what is happening. Another economy of this size is going to come. That's one part which I wanted to say. So there is obviously economic growth which is happening, completely contradicting that negative narrative, which is purely based, it is motivated and based on perception that nothing is happening. Because the data is A lot is happening. Only thing we are refusing to see it. Second, what is one of the great drivers of any economy? It's demand. Now, Kerala has 2.5% of the population of India, but it buys 10% of the FMCG products of India. Have you thought of that? Now, you think about how does that happen? Because Kerala's per capita GDP is, while it is in the top band of the states, it's not so significantly different from all other states. So there is some other combination of factors at work which boosts consumption demand in Kerala. And what are those factors? One of those factors is, for example, many people make the mistake saying that Kerala's GDP is this high, whatever it is, because of remittances. People who say that don't understand national income accounting. Remittances are not counted in gross domestic product calculation. Remittances come in only at the time of consumption, because gross state domestic product refers to the production of goods and services in an economy, not something which is produced outside an economy and remittance brought in. Now the remittances, the last figure which I have seen was 2 lakh crores was remitted into Kerala last year. 2 lakh crores. Now just do the math. Divide 2 lakh crores by 34 million population, and you will get a per capita remittance, which is, I'm just talking for calculation purpose, which is about 60,000 rupees per head. So if you take per household, that means 4 of these people, 4 individuals will constitute a household. So multiply 60,000 by 4, 2.5. 2.4 lakhs is the contribution of remittance spending to the household income of Kerala. And the household income is already pretty high. So you can see what are the drivers of consumption. And another factor which recently evoked a lot of controversy in Kerala was this elimination of multidimensional poverty. A lot of people lost a lot of sleep over that. I don't know why. It is a fact that it happened, but suddenly everybody was quibbling about 0.0, this percent, that percent, is it true? If I found some poor guy under a bridge somewhere, therefore it makes all this a nonsense, things like that. See, the very fact, the Niti Ayog's figure of multidimensional poverty 2 years ago said that the figure for Kerala has dropped. It's the lowest. It has dropped to 0.5% and is dropping. The next state was about 5%. So in other words, there was so much daylight between Kerala and the next state, which were Tamil Nadu and another state. Now, why am I mentioning that? Where in a state where there is multi-dimensional poverty has almost been wiped out, where the rate of poverty in any case is the lowest in the country, what does that mean? It means the median income in that state is much higher than any other state. Again, that is simple arithmetic. I don't have the time, so we cannot get into that, into the discussion. So a combination of the highest median income in India coupled with the highest consumption spending creates a consumer economy in Kerala, which is one of the real powerhouses of Kerala, which really drives Kerala. I don't know how you can mock that. The purpose of economic development is to have high consumption spending. And Kerala is powering ahead on that, and people are still not happy about that. So my point here is, for example, if you look at it, the agriculture of about 6 to 10 districts of neighboring Tamil Nadu depends on the demand from Kerala. And I think that's a good thing. If it was not for the demand from Kerala, they would have a very tough time selling their product anywhere else. So let us not think they're doing a favor to the people of Kerala. So in fact, I made and I will end with that point, is that, so the business opportunities are growing. Here is an economy which is growing well. There is a transition happening in industry and in the service sector. We are moving from low value added low tech to high value added high tech. That's a very normal transition which is happening. More jobs are being created for these more qualified people. As a result, people who are coming back to Kerala, a trickle now, but that will going to increase in volume later. They will find remunerative jobs here. So conditions are really ripe for entrepreneurship here in Kerala. There is demand, there is supply of skills, more people are getting skilled, more, the higher education institutions are improving in quality. So if you take the various factors of production, they are improving. So Kerala's economy is not in competition with next door Tamil Nadu or Karnataka or Andhra. They are complementary economies. I don't know why we should, I heard when we were at lunch, somebody said, Tamil Nadu has got so many billions of dollars investment. We all should feel very happy in Kerala. Why are we thinking? Because Tamil Nadu gets some investment, FDI, that's a big loss for Kerala. We should look at it, that's going to be more business for Kerala. We should find out a way of how do we get a piece of that business. So I think there is a need for a paradigm shift, for a mindset change, for us to understand first truly what are the strengths and positives of this state where we are all operating, where many of us have started small ventures, succeeded, grew them to some to national scale, some even to international scale. And I can see some of them are sitting here who have grown businesses to international scale. So let's not think that this is a place where nothing is happening, because if so, not only are we doing a big disservice to ourselves, we are losing, not only are we losing an opportunity to grow, but we are doing a big disservice to the young generation, because we are telling them something which is untrue, which is not true. So let me end on a positive note. All evidence is that the Kerala economy is growing well. Much more needs to be done, much more needs to be done in so many things in life. But I think here is an opportunity for entrepreneurs. And it's up to us entrepreneurs to grab this opportunity, and TiE should be at the lead. And I still recall in the early days, I think it was my good friend Johnny who gave that thing, an entrepreneur in every home. That is the mantra which we should promote. That is precisely what Kerala is very well suited for. So on that positive note, let me once again wish TiEcon 2025 a wonderful 2 days. And thank you all for giving me this opportunity to share some thoughts with you. Thank you.
Thank you, C. Balagopal. And now to offer a small token of love, I invite Vivek, Krishna, Govind, and Dr. Geemon, Korah. Thank you. To offer felicitations, I invite Dr. Sheenu, Jhawar, Member, Board of Trustees, TiE Global, Promoter and Director, Apex Hospitals, Rajasthan.
Hello everybody, can you hear me? Yes. I want a big cheer in the hall. 3 cheers for TiE Kerala. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. As I stand here, I'm not just representing TiE Rajasthan as president, but as I stand here as one of the trustees on the global board, I'm representing the power of 64 chapters, 4,000 charter members, 14,000 associate members, and hundreds and thousands of entrepreneurs around the world. Because the ethos of TiE is, like you said, an entrepreneur in every home. And Mr. Balagopal, that was a fabulous speech, full of so much inspiration. And to look at things from a very different perspective as to what is economic growth. It's the power of consumption. And it does not matter how that consumption power comes to any particular state. What an entrepreneur really has to grab is the opportunity for growth. So a very good afternoon, my dear Thai family, distinguished guests, and my fellow entrepreneurs. It's an absolute honor to join you here today at TiEcon Kerala, a gathering that represents the very heartbeat of entrepreneurship. Curiosity, courage, camaraderie, collaboration, cohesion, and the relentless pursuit of possibility. And that is something that you mentioned as well. As I look around in the hall today, and from my heart, greet each and every one of you personally in spirit, I feel extremely privileged to represent not just, like I said, my chapter or the board, but the spirit of every entrepreneur across the world. Kerala is a land that has always inspired me deeply, and clearly this is not the first time that I'm here. From being known as God's own country, to me, Kerala is entrepreneurship's own country, a place where intellect, resilience, and creativity are not exceptions, but are the cultural defaults. And wouldn't you agree with me? This is a state where education is a way of life, where innovation grows out of human needs, and where every person from Kerala, whether here, other parts of India, or abroad, carries a spirit of discipline and excellence, and a loud cheer to all of you from Kerala for that. A big salute from my side to all of you in Kerala, from the thriving startup corridors of Kochi, and the design thinking of Calicut, to the technology leadership rising in Trivandrum, you see a Kerala yet again evolving, emerging, growing, reinventing. A Kerala that is bold, future-ready, globally connected, and deeply grounded in values. And this last statement is extremely important for any entrepreneur, any business, because that is the soul of what we create when we set out to sell what we do. As I look around this room, I see people who reflect this very spirit of grounded progress. You remind me that leadership is not defined by titles, but by mindset. That innovation does not come from comfort, but from curiosity. And finally, that true success is not measured by personal accomplishments, but by the impact that we create in as close a setup as our home, in our neighborhood, in our communities, and in our industries. I extend my warmest congratulations to everybody, to Thai Kerala, to Vivek, to Geemon, to Jacob, to Divya, the entire team, the board, the entire Thai family. May you continue to dream boldly, act courageously, but most of all, inspire endlessly and forever. And with that, I also extend my warmest invitation to all of you present here. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, Padharo Mare Desh. The Thai Global Summit, which is going to happen in Jaipur in January 2026, from the 4th to the 6th, beckons all of you, be there, get connected with the entrepreneurs from across the globe. And to that effect, I would request Divya, if we can have a small video, a snapshot of the Thai Global Summit.
राजस्थान के पास नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज का भंडार है, राजस्थान के पास आधुनिक कनेक्टिविटी का नेटवर्क है, एक समृद्ध विरासत है, एक बहुत बड़ा लैंडमार्क है और बहुत ही समर्थ युवा शक्ति भी है। राजस्थान का ये सामर्थ्य राज्य को इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए बहुत ही एट्रैक्टिव डेस्टिनेशन बनाता है।
I'll just take another 2 minutes and I'll wrap up my speech with saying that one of the most inclusive, diverse things in the world really is entrepreneurship. Somebody has said very beautifully that when you're playing football, the football does not recognize the thrust and the power with which you kick it, the strategic direction in which you kick it, or whether it's a woman or a man playing that football. Would you agree with me? Yes? Entrepreneurship is about opportunity. It transcends geographical boundaries. It transcends genders. It's the most inclusive, most diverse, most beautiful, and most wealth-creating entity, I think, in the world. It uplifts communities. It brings forth innovation. It disrupts the status quo. And personally for me, the most dangerous language in all our minds should be that we've always done it this way. With that thought in your minds, I welcome you to the very, very welcoming land of Rajasthan, and I hope to see most of you there January 2026. Thank you very much for having me here. All the best.
Thank you, Dr. Sheenu Jhawar. To present a memento, we now invite Dr. Geemon Korah and Vivek Krishna Govind.